My name is Jerry Simmons. I came to Christ in 1993, 94. And this is Randy Meinen, who was a pivotal part in helping me to find Christ.
I'm Randy Meinen, and I became a Christian in 1985. I met a guy at an apartment party from a church plant that Hope had started up in Nashville, Tennessee. And we got involved, became friends, and got involved in a Bible study. And Sally and I had been married about 6 months, and I became a Christian at that time. And then we stayed in Nashville for another year and a half, I believe, and then we moved back to Fort Worth. And so part of moving back to Fort Worth, and part of the way that I was discipled when I became a Christian, was to reach out to our friends and to share the testimony. And I was a completely different person when I came back than when I left. We had known each other since junior high,
Mm-hmm.
and you were actually the older brother of Joel, which was my best friend. So when I went to Nashville, I went one way, and I came back a different way, a different guy. And as you could probably could tell when I came back, I was different.
Yes, you're right. Randy was doing most of the same things I was doing back in junior high and high school, which probably weren't the best things.
Yeah, we were
Hanging around, pretty wild at the time.
Yeah.
So, for me to see Randy in this new spirit was really different. But I was seeing it, and I was seeing his friends, and they were this different way, and yet they were still better than okay. They're kind of, good guys, and different. And I wanted that.
Yeah.
I saw that in Randy, and I wanted it. In fact, all through this process, we're understanding now, guys were trying to just advise me and befriend me. It was just so much friendship without any pressure. It was really a nice, easy thing for me, because my kind of thinking, the way I am, if you pressure me, I'm going to go the other way. So.
We talked about that because you and I had lunch or breakfast 2 or 3 times.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd have breakfast, invite me to breakfast, and it was the first time particularly. It was like, boy, Randy's my buddy from back in junior high and high school, but when guys invited me to breakfast or lunch, typically they were always trying to sell me something. So I'm looking for the close, after I eat the pancakes. I'm looking for him to, start selling me some insurance. He's in the insurance, or was at the time, insurance business. And when that didn't happen, I was like, man, he just might actually just kind of care for me, which was totally, not using me for anything. So that was really refreshing.
Yep.
Really refreshing.
And at the same time, right before you guys became Christians, Sally started spending a lot of time with Lynn, and they became friends, and she was able to share her testimony in the gospel with her. So that was kind of a teaming up, husband and wife there.
Yeah, I'll let Dylan speak for herself, but I just got to tell you, she just so identified with Randy's wife, Sally, and just connected with her, and it's much the same deal. Just she saw something in Sally that she wanted, and got to understand why. So, they took their time with us. All these people did, but particularly Randy and Sally, really just took the time just to befriend us and then inform us, and after I was baptized, I felt much the same way. What a relief. But even after that, what happened to me was my relationships with my parents were restored. My brothers, that was restored. People at work, and then my children and my relationship with my wife was awesome. It was just not perfect, but so much better than what I'd ever hoped for. So as bad as it was 100 times better after the commitment. And people have told me it would be, and it's been better than that. Better than they told me. Much better.